Gorse Hall in Tameside, Greater Manchester, has a rich history that includes a manor, a mansion, and a murder. The ruins of the 16th century Old Gorse Hall can still be seen, including the remains of an Inglewood fireplace. The new Hall mansion was built in 1835 by the grandparents of Beatrix Potter, later passed on to their son George, who in 1909 was murdered by an intruder at the hall. His widow ordered the hall to be taken down in 1910. Local resident and paranormal investigator Adi Brookes knows the site to be rich with activity and invited the Northern Frightz to visit the site in an attempt to capture evidence. You join us here at New Gorse Hall. We're here with Tony and Adi from To Investigate.
Hi.
And myself and Tom are here in the living quarters of the new hall. We're just going to start calling out and see if we get any responses. Okay, so we're armed here with the Phoneticom K2 EMF meter.
I've got a K2 here as well.
Another K2 this side. This would have been the living quarters, so hive of activity. So we're just going to call out and see what we get. If there's anybody here with us now, can you make yourself known however you know how?
Is George here? Come forward if you can.
If there's anybody else here, not George, can you make yourself known? What did you say you got around here? You got like the sense of cooking or smells?
Yeah, just towards the back here, I seem to get a lot of smells that come through, and that's during the day as well, so it's...
Flour?
Slower.
Slower. Do we need to talk slower to you?
Quiet. Talk slowly and quiet. Do we sound strange to you? Dost thou not understandeth me?
Crow.
It's going off a lot.
It was silent a second ago. Belong.
I honestly have more feelings towards the old Gorse Hall. There's somebody walking in there, just a shadow walking. You went night vision, haven't you? I've literally just seen somebody past the trees.
This way.
Like,
Is there anybody there?
just walking through there.
Hello?
Over this way, lady, near this big tree. Yeah, please.
I saw them passing through the trees. Which trees?
So Adi just feels like she's seen someone walking over this way through the trees, whether it was a person or what, it's likely to be maybe a person. We are in a public park.
Fucking hell. Sorry, Looper. Looking as well. Any swearing I'll bleep out, I'm bad for it. And just seeing someone walking through the trees, so we're just going to
Adi hard as nails.
Come on, we are in a... I know, she comes into her own though when she's in an abandoned building outside.
Is this towards the old?
Yeah, so the old hall is down the steps here.
walking past.
Could you make out whether it was a man or a woman or anything like that?
A shadow, like somebody walking through the woods. Like you could see that passing through the trees. Clear as fucking day.
So it couldn't have been an animal. They're upright.
Okay, so we've just been.
She can't see anyone, and we can't see anyone or hear anyone.
And Ada thought she
Hello?
saw someone.
Is there anybody here?
We're now at the Old Gorse Hall. There's a bit more to this building than there is the new one.
That's why I shut up and I was like,
I'll show you in a sec. Don't know how well this camera's going to pick it up. Ah, yes, somewhat.
If there are any entities that can hear my voice, can you move towards this box in front of me and speak with us?
are any of the residents of Old Gorse Hall here with us tonight?
Silence going through there.
Sorry?
When you asked that question, it's like a pause, like a silence, like something was about to say something.
Well, this is on AM frequency, which we don't get a lot on, like, radio bleed-wise. That's why we always try and do AM as much as possible. You can't get a right footing, can you? Is anybody here that was a resident of Gorse Hall?
What was that? Me.
Me?
Did you
Me.
hear that? Me.
Me?
Man's
No,
voice,
me.
me.
What is your name?
Somebody else ask a question and we'll see if it's got a favourite.
That's been really clear through that session. Ooh,
That
what
was a
that?
growl. That was a growl.
Is there a lady here called May?
I'm going to bring that camera, Tony, towards it. It's got the mic, the big mic on it.
I just want a picture with it and a couple or video.
Is it walking volume now?
Can you tell us your name?
Better. Easy.
Tell us your name.
Are any of the residents of Old Gorse Hall with us here tonight? Can you make that clearer for us, please?
Can you speak more clearly, please? What was that? That was the same voice.
It's the same
Me,
voice as
me.
like-
George, is that you? If that's you, George, we can hear you. Can you tell us who killed you? Can you help us solve the mystery? I thought that said Steve.
Can you come forward for us? Tell us your name. These are very clear for an AM radio.
It's very what?
Very clear for AM radio. This isn't
It's
FM, this is
very,
AM.
no, normally AM gives nothing.
Can you play us some music?
Nigga.
You're in a band.
It's like a stone being dropped on the ground.
Oh, that works again. Is there a man here with us?
Was it you that I saw walking through the woods?
Sadie's phone. Yeah. Well through the trees, was it? Was that just a well through the trees? Was that well through the trees?
I wasn't sure if that was radio.
It did sound like a full sentence though.
Can you tell us one of our names?
What was that voice down there?
I told you there was
Did
someone
you hear
over
that
there.
voice? Did you hear that?
I've heard a few things over there.
We've just heard a woman's voice from the fireplace area, and behind the fireplace is a small passageway leading to what was known as the void. We're just heading behind there now to see if there's any source of the voice, see if there's any people. Is there anybody here? There's nothing here.
Where's even the path?
It's tiny. Yeah, it's not like anyone could walk up here. They'd have to go through thick, overgrown.
What's this place?
I don't know what that is. Does that come from the top on there? Probably would have been part of that at one time, wouldn't it? Now there is a small track there. I can't. I can't see anybody coming up here without us knowing. There's no way. There's nobody anywhere near
I
here.
wasn't sure if it came out the spirit box.
It wasn't out the spirit box because I had that in front of me. It sounded like it came behind Sarah.
Right.
What did?
The voice.
Yeah. No, well, I thought it was like there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was stood here, I felt like it was at that wall.
Well, behind there, it's all overgrown there, so there's no one coming up there. And then the only other path is there. We would have seen someone coming up there or heard them.
So you seen
So we're currently at the stables at Gorse Hall, where apparently some man hung himself after a murder. I believe he was called James, that's what the sign says. So we're going to do some calling out. James Worrell.
James, is that you? James?
What?
What?
James, we're asking for you to
Sounded
come
like
forward. Yeah, come forward. Tell us your name. Leave.
James, why did you kill yourself? Sit.
This is AM as well.
James, is that you?
That sounded like someone was going, oh, like a gasp or
Yeah.
a struggle.
James hung himself, so the gasp would make sense.
James, why did you hang yourself just after George was killed?
Did you have anything to do with his murder, James? Hang?
Hang.
That said hang?
I did say hang.
James, if that's you, what happened to you is very close to my heart too. Come forward. Why did you hang yourself, James? Killed.
That's the same voice coming through every frequency, it sounds like.
James, use our energy and try and communicate with us as best you can. Is there anything that's keeping you here? James, are you now with your master?
It sounded like a struggle.
It's like someone's crying. Like,
James, were you responsible for the murder?
Do you know who was? Give us a name. Five. But that was a woman's voice that time.
Who's that? Who was that woman that just spoke then?
I swear that said Christopher.
I thought it said Christopher.
That said
It did
Christopher.
say Christopher.
Christopher, are you here with us? Is there a message that you want to tell us?
No. Come on, before we go, can you just let us know that you are here with us?
Maybe you can copy this sound for me. Can you knock something, move something for us? I asked him to move something.
Can you whistle?
I swear that was.
I'll take that.